So what we're doing here tonight was one of my, maybe not so great ideas, but it could be an amazing idea. I'm not really sure. But I think it sounded really fun. I don't know what sparked this in me. I think it was hearing something about like moons and biodynamic stuff or whatever. And I was like, whoa, wait, has anyone ever done like wine for the signs? Like an astrological or zodiac chart of wines. And I couldn't really find anything on it. And I ran it by a few people. Mostly Melanie. Just Melanie. Melanie covers everyone. And she was like, no, that's great. And then I was like, we were at a wine tasting at K&L, one of our favorite places where I also spend way too much time. And we were at a wine tasting, the three of us, that Zaitouna was hosting, who is like the star of K&L now. Everyone should go see her.
Oh, shucks.
And it's true. And I ran it by Melanie, and I was like, I feel a little like shy about asking anyone to do this, but like you especially were my like dream person to do this with. And so
I know. I was like, you know who doesn't seem shy? Zaitouna.
No.
I think you can ask.
Yeah, you were very like, you're like, oh, I know. And then you were like, just ask, just go on. And you're like, no. I'm like, please just ask me.
Okay.
Just ask me.
And it worked. It was great. So I waited till I had a little wine, like liquid courage. And then I went up and I asked, and you so graciously, you not only said yes, but you were like, yeah, let's go. And so now this whole night got planned, and we're having our Poppet time, Zaitouna time, wine for the signs night that we've had a little time this week already.
Yeah, we did a little
exploring.
prep.
We did a little prep, yeah.
But it might have gone out the window. We don't know.
We don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know.
Anything can happen. We know we have a lot of wine. This is live podcast. So anything can happen. But anyway, we're just going to start. First, I want to start with you and ask you. I also am going to tell our story too. But like, just so everybody knows, I sometimes assume things that are not like. Just like, hey, so we're having Poppet time. People are like, what the fuck is Poppet time? And I'm like, oh, I need to explain these things to people. But anyway, Zaitouna.
Yes.
Hi. Thanks for being here.
Oh, I'm very happy to be here.
We're so excited to have you. Over the moon, actually.
Yeah.
Moon.
It is a full moon tonight.
I
It's a full supermoon.
We're going to see it's apparently supposed to be negative effects on drinking wine.
Explain what that means.
Well, according to the biodynamic calendar, which is I have two different apps on my phone because sometimes I don't trust one. I like to cross-reference and make sure everything's correct. But the biodynamic calendar is a farming technique that was invented by a man named Rudolf Steiner. Biodynamic farming is a great way to make wine a lot of times. I don't think that's the only factor in making really good wine, but there is a school of thought amongst the people in like the natural woo-woo wine community, which I guess you could say I'm adjacent to, that also believes that when you drink wine corresponds to this biodynamic calendar because of the moon's influence on liquid in your bodies and things like that. Yep. It honestly is a little even beyond my scope of understanding exactly the science behind it. Mm-hmm. I will say there have been days when I've had amazing bottles of wine be like a little off on a root day. And then,
what is a root day?
So there are 4 types of days.
I'm like, she's like, we don't want to go into it. And I'm like,
there are root days, seed days, leaf days. No, not seed days. Root days, leaf days, flower days, and fruit days. Those are the 4 types of days. You want to try to drink on a fruit day. Okay. Or sometimes aromatic wines can work on a flower day too. That's what they say.
I want to hear your guess of whatever. You know all of this, don't you?
Kind of.
Okay, never mind. All right.
So I don't know if it's hokum or not. I can't say. I can say anecdotally I've had experiences that make me feel like one way or the other, that it could be valid or not. But anyway, today is not any of those kind of days. It's I forget the exact term for it, but it's when the moon is full and it's like a don't do anything in the farm day. Like don't sow, don't plow, don't drink.
Don't drink.
Oh no.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
No,
we're putting it to the test, I guess.
Yeah.
I feel like that
That's a good experiment though.
I think it is a good experiment.
And if the wines are bad, we can just blame the moon.
Yeah, it's the moon's fault.
It's the moon's fault.
It's already one of the cooks.
Yeah.
Already?
Oh, yes.
Coming halfway
That's a
out,
bad omen,
trying to
honestly.
We brought wines tonight, and one of the wines that I brought, I threw in the freezer for just a few minutes to like give it that, because I knew I'd have to drive get here, and it might, warm up a little. And then when I got here, the cork had, what is that called? Like it just came out.
It was
like
just popped out.
Popped
Yeah.
out.
It was like
out.
a third out or something.
Pop it out.
It popped it out.
It popped it out.
Poppet it out.
Oh,
Poppet
it
it.
puppeted.
Yeah, misunderstood Poppet time.
I misunderstood
okay.
Poppet time. Why did it pop out? I'm so sorry, Zaitouna. You're gonna hear the word Poppet a lot
That's
tonight.
fine. I hear.
Yeah.
I've seen you like a bunch of times in the last week from you coming into K&L. So
We don't need to tell everyone that I have a problem.
it's not a problem.
But all right.
I've seen you so many times.
Every day this week.
You just like K&L. I get it.
Even before the wine tastings, I came in and bought wine at K&L, and
yeah.
I bought so much wine that Ilya said, "Have a great rest of the summer."
And you were there the next day.
Yeah, I was like,
3 days later.
"Oh, I'm going to be here on Sunday, but sure."
Oh, we have such a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and so
Yeah.
we
No, we have such a problem.
we have and I love it. Okay. Wait, should I tell our story or should we I want to also hear how you got into wine, Zaitouna.
Sure. Whatever you want me to go, you can go. I don't
All right,
care.
Zaitouna, go. I want to hear
My origin story, my wine origin
Yeah,
story. So it's
yeah.
actually quite a long. I'll try to not make it too long, but I have had a long history with wine because it would be too simple to say that I grew up in it, because I did in some ways, but I also never wanted anything to do with it. So I grew up in Orange County, but my parents are divorced, and my dad lived up in Sonoma County, and his side of the family were grape growers, and would sell grapes to different wineries up in Sonoma and Napa, like Deloach, Gurgitch Hills, William Sellium, Sonoma-Cutrer, a bunch of people. There's a lot of land. And so a big part of my childhood was being forced to work in the vineyards like every summer. Now, a lot of people like really romanticize this when I tell them that. They're like, "Oh, that's so special. You got to farm and, be in touch with nature." I'm like, it was child labor. It was not fun. It was like hoeing weeds and tying baby vines in like the hot sun. And especially since I was like a kid and like incompetent and like very jaded at the time also, and really didn't want to do it, like I couldn't keep up with the actual workers, so they would just give me special projects to do on my own. So I'd be like alone all day in the hot sun, listening to like Metallica and like hating everything.
Except for wine. Go on.
Well, at the time, I
hated wine.
I wanted nothing with it.
Yeah,
and
she
then
was a child.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I was like,
don't know.
by the time I was like in my teenage years, it actually got a little bit better because it kind of turned into more of like a vineyard manager apprenticeship. But then there was like one day, and my dad was driving me to school because I got my driver's license suspended for something. I'm sure I was completely innocent, but he just like turned to me because my grandfather had passed away, and my dad doesn't drink, so this is really not like a passion for him. It was like my grandfather's thing. And so he's like, "Do you think you'll want to like take over the family business one day?" And of course I'm like 16 or 17, and I want to like, I want sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and want nothing to do with just, being a farmer. So I was like, no, I don't care. So they eventually sold everything. And then I moved to New York when I was 18 and to go to theater school. And I did that for a while and, started writing and directing short films, doing a whole bunch of that sort of stuff. But the whole time I was working in bars and restaurants, basically, as like your side job. Mm-hmm. And in fact, then it started being more like wine retail. I lived in Woodside, Queens with my partner at the time. And we lived above this like Korean liquor and wine store, and I like started working just in the basement, and I actually sort of got that job and several subsequent jobs in the industry by using the fact that I grew up on a vineyard as like a cudgel to get me the job, being like, well, I actually know a lot about wine because I, grew up on a vineyard, and I really didn't know anything about wine at the time. And then, like slowly it just kind of became, it, took over like the side job and kind of became like the the job. And I went from that to like buying, being like a wine buyer for a few shops and things like that. And then eventually I moved back out to California, and I was the managing sommelier at Esther's in Santa Monica, which is a great wine bar. And Catherine Coker, who's the owner there, is an amazing somm and was sort of like a mentor to me. And then I was the wine director at Hinoki and the Bird and Culinary Lab Restaurant Group and the somm there as well. And then I got really tired of working in restaurants, so I went back to retail, and now I'm the Burgundy specialist at K&L in Hollywood, and it's great. And I also do a bunch of random stuff on the side too. So
Yeah, you do private.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I am also like a private somm as well. If you ever want to have someone work your fancy party and bring some sweet wines and dazzle your guests, that's the thing I do.
And they find you like on Instagram?
On
Is
IG,
that-
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, we'll post that too. But
Does it have to be a fancy party?
It can be an unfancy party.
Okay, good.
I
Just
honestly,
be
the
Poppet
less
time.
fancy, the better for me.
Okay.
Like I'm a very casual person, so
All right.
we can, I mean,
I mean, I love this idea.
I love this idea too. I mean, we're getting like a little, I feel like we're like having our own
Preview.
Yeah.
This is like a sizzle reel.
this is a sizzle reel. Yeah.
Pops, I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, so happy to be here.
Oh, Pops, we've missed you.
I
We
know. I
haven't done
cried
this.
at the sight of Pops.
I know.
Poppets.
Yeah, and
Sorry,
Pops
I'm-
is very big into wine too. He
am
knows
big
a
into
thing
wine.
or two. Yes.
Big.
We have so you are big.
Big.
Yeah, it is big.
6'3".
You are 6'3".
Yeah, you are very tall.
You're a tall man.
Very
You
tall,
are.
very handsome,
Very
Oh,
tall,
thank
very
you.
handsome
kind,
man.
very
Thank you.
smart,
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
talented,
Very
oh, my
funny.
Goodness.
very
Yes.
funny.
Yeah, very funny.
The funniest.
I think so. Like maybe the funniest. And
you guys are making me.
we what?
Anyway, what?
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Yeah. We all met at Covell.
Cobell, yeah.
Yeah, when you were there. You were the head. You were bartending. You were our wine taster.
I helped
for-
open Cobell with Matt and Dustin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who was on the podcast
yeah,
recently.
yeah.
Matthew. Yeah.
If you listen to the podcast, you know Matt Kaner.
You're very good at this, Pops,
Yeah.
making sure everyone feels.
I'm sure the fans know Matt Kaner.
Yeah, the fan.
But yeah, so I worked there for a long time. Yeah, and then you guys would come there early on.
We were early
And
days.
then
We learned a lot from you,
instant
and then
poppets.
instant pop, like
Instant
instant.
Poppets.
Like we would
Yeah.
just go the night you were there.
Yeah.
Like our date became this date, the 3 date, and
Yeah, and then we didn't need to hang out at Cavell. We hung out in the real world.
yeah.
And then we, we stepped through the wardrobe into the real world and became real puppets.
We're real
Real
poppets.
What are these hands?
Yeah.
These feet.
Wow. Yeah.
But remember Wine Witch? Wine Witch was fun.
Wine witch.
Remember the
Wine
Wine Witch
Witch.
character? I
Oh
was
my
reminded-
god. The wine witch with the cape. Oh
So
wow.
I had a
We
Wine
had a
Witch
night.
character.
Forgotten.
You guys made a sign when I ran the marathon. Remember you?
Oh my god.
Jack and Michelle
Yes.
held up the sign that said Wine Witch.
Yeah, I recently had dinner with someone who's friends with Jack, and he's like, "You used to work at Covell," and I was like, "I did." He's like, "I know Jack Carpenter," and I was like, "Oh my god." Anyway, we
And he's
texted
like,
Jack,
"You're the wine witch."
yeah, he's like Wine
Oh, yeah.
Witch, and I was like, "Oh my god, I totally forgot about
Wait,
God,
so
we
we
did
have like
Wine
the
Witch.
full moon and the wine witch here
Yeah.
tonight, and we're like,
Oh my
"Oh,
god.
what is happening?"
The stars are
amazing.
aligning.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
What's crazy
We
is
should air this in October.
Spoopy season.
Spooky.
I mean, we could.
Say
I
that.
just want to do it like all the time. So like I want to have multiple episodes of this. But okay.
Well, let's see how this one
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah, how are we doing?
I hate to be this
What
guy.
time
but, like,
is
should
it?
we
Even
pour
had a
some wine?
drink.
Oh
I mean,
no,
I'm like,
okay, so we're
We've
actually
been
gonna
talking
get
for
into
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
I know, because I just want to talk to you all. But so I
I'm
had this,
joking,
so
it's
we're
not
actually going to
45.
it's been a while though.
Oh, has it?
It's been a little bit. So I don't know that much about signs, but I'm like kind of curious about it. And I think it's really
You're sign
fun.
curious.
I'm sign curious.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And part of my me time is learning about new things that I'm curious about. And this is one of them. So thank you. you spent so much time with us at K&L the other day. We really went through this. Like we had,
It
this
was
was
so fun.
an
It was
experience.
fun for me too.
It was so much fun. All right, so should we get into the signs and the wines for the
Yeah.
signs so we can drink?
Are you either? You said you're like just like kind of sign curious. What about the two of you?
Yeah.
Are you like into the stars and the moons?
I don't know anything.
Yeah, I had my like big chart read once by a friend of mine, and it was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I think it's
I
fun.
think it's fun. Yeah. I don't read my
I feel
horoscope every day.
I feel like a lot of pressure as like a member of the LGBT community to be really into astrology, but I'm kind of sporty and not really into it that much. But I know enough. Like I'm not like the most astrological person, but just there's enough shunning and shame that happens from like my fellow queers that I have to know the basics at least. Otherwise, they'll kick me off all the dating apps. So
That's harsh.
know it was
it's
a
Myers-Briggs for
requirement.
queer people.
I didn't know
didn't
that.
know that.
Did you hear this? It's Myers-Briggs for queer people. She said. Really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it goes back to like the 70s, I think. That's when
Really?
it really exploded.
So that's like something okay. So this will be helpful. Maybe this will help you.
Give you some
I
street
don't like
cred.
saying bully. Yeah, I don't want you to feel. I don't like that. But we're
Don't
gonna.
listen to those jerks. They're
Don't
jerks.
listen to those jerks.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. Let them shade you.
Okay, so what are we starting with?
Well, we should start with yours because it's the festive one.
It is festive. Okay, let's pour wine. Can we pour
Yes, let's
wine?
pour wine.
Okay,
Pouring wine.
Leo. We're starting with Leo because that is my sign and it's the birthday month and it's also the most festive one we have because, all right, I'm going to read you this is what I found. This was really basic, like Leo key traits. Oh, I'm going to read the other things too. The symbol is the lion.
Do you want me to pour?
Yeah.
Oh, here.
Let me give myself a tiny bit more.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe I shouldn't pour
Yeah,
from
let's do
across the
this.
table.
Yeah.
All right, here pops. Here pops.
Pour from the punt.
Pops.
Pouring from the punt.
Thank you. All right. So the symbol for the Leo is the lion. The ruling planet is the sun. This I actually did know. The ruling house, I don't really know the houses that well, but it's the 5th house of romance and self-expression, for those of you who do know. So the key traits of a Leo are charismatic, generous, optimistic, and dramatic. So why? And I'm gonna let you say what you picked for this sign and why.
I mean, I think it's kind of obvious that it's got to be champagne.
Thank you. I
agree.
agree.
It's
like
just,
this.
It's it's bright, it's bubbly, but it can also be complex and it's dramatic and it's just like it's festive. It's what you want to start. It's what takes charge in a room.
Right.
Like you walk in with a group of people and you're like what people are drawn to. It's the life of the party, right?
Wow.
Cheers
I don't know
to
if that's
that.
me. I mean,
Yeah,
cheers
like
to
the
cheers.
party.
Yeah, baby.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Jonathan, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So hang on, I'm taking a sip.
This is great.
Oh.
It's nice. I think of you when I think of champagne.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is Jay LaSalle. I don't know if you want me to tell you what the
Yeah,
producers
please,
are. So this
please.
is Jay LaSalle, Cachet d'Or Brut.
Very good.
It's they've been around since like the 40s, and now it is run by 3 generations of women.
Which
who
is one of
run
the
it.
things I loved when you were pointing this champagne out when we were talking about it. I also loved just Leo
It's all
and
gold.
sun. It's all gold. Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is so fitting. But when you said it was 3 generations of women, I love that.
They farm organically. They
Yeah.
still use the same wooden basket press that they've been using since the 40s.
Yeah.
I think the blend is 60% Meunier, and then half or 20% Pinot Noir, 20% Chardonnay.
Champagne's just really become like I almost start every Poppet time with champagne now, I feel like.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like a celebration.
It smells like exactly like a Fuji apple. Or like a Gala
Look at
apple.
that.
I forget which one's which, but one of those.
Not a Granny Smith.
Definitely not Granny Smith.
No.
No grannies in this glass.
No grannies in the glass.
Thank you. Even though it
Fuji.
is my birthday.
That's my pick.
Fuji.
I'm going
The
Macintosh.
Fugees
The Fugees.
The Fugees.
No, the Fugees are. Let's Fugees over Macintosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Just
Macintosh
for
is
so
like
many reasons.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The Fugees always.
I think that's so nice.
This is really nice. I love this.
My
Yeah.
sister's a Leo. I don't think of champagne when I think of my sister, but she and I have so many like specific wines that we love together.
What wine would you think of for your sister?
I bought a bottle of it today because I saw it at a supermarket, and I always buy it, and then I take a picture and send it to her. 'Cause I love her so much. I miss her. But it's the South African wine called the Chocolate Block.
Oh.
You know that wine?
I don't know it.
It's very like big and full. We like, big full. We like a Syrah a lot of the time. Yeah. But I got the Chocolate Block today from Millie.
Oh,
Millie.
that's so sweet.
know.
When's Millie's birthday, Leo?
August 7th.
Oh,
Oh,
soon.
soon.
Monday, right?
Yes.
I think that's Monday. Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
soon.
on Monday.
Yeah, I wouldn't think of
Yeah.
Millie as a Leo, honestly.
I
Just
know.
like,
She's
yeah,
a funny Leo.
yeah.
Yeah.
But deep down, she's
Yeah.
very funny.
She's very funny.
Very funny.
Yeah. She's very charismatic.
Yeah. Millie.
Mm-hmm.
No, shout out to Millie.
Yeah.
I want to keep drinking the champagne and talking about champagne.
The
but
Leo of wines.
The Leo of wines. So Leo
this
champagne
choice.
for everybody. Yeah, I feel like this is right, and not just because I love champagne and it's like become one of my favorite things in the whole world. I love it because I think it totally fits what we know about Leos, which is so I don't know a ton, but the little I know, this works. Yeah. Shall we keep going?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it.
Keep going.
I mean, let's keep going. Should we do? I think we should do all of our signs first because that's really fun.
Yeah, and we also have wines to correspond with them.
Yeah. Although, should we be drinking? Should we drink a little more and then should we cover a couple others while we drink a little more and then have room in our glasses? Or do we have extra glasses?
We have
extra
two glasses each.
Oh, okay.
Glasses, yeah.
All right. Then I want to
It's a
do
Melanie wine.
Melanie. Let's do Taurus. Hold on. We're coming to the Taurus. Ready?
Okay.
Poppet, what do you know about Taurus? Anything? Do you know anything
I
about
know
these
that we
things?
like fancy things.
Oh, Oh, that's
So
right.
that's why I like fancy things. It's not my fault. And I know that we're stubborn and loyal.
Okay.
Stubborn.
makes
Is that
sense.
another
Stubborn
thing?
and loyal? Yeah.
Stubborn is true.
I don't. Okay.
Pretty stubborn.
Saint-Joseph.
I don't feel like you're stubborn at all, Poppet.
What is Mel?
I don't know if stubborn. Maybe stubborn is the wrong word.
What is the right word for you?
Particular.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
particular.
I would
That's
say
not
that.
the same thing as stubborn.
But all those things I feel like are I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what it says.
See what it says.
Let's see what this thing says. Resolute,
Okay.
grounded, tenacious.
I'm just getting out a napkin because a little bit of wine spilled
know.
in this.
Oh, we
table.
have
Just a little bit
napkins.
too,
We have
yeah.
napkins.
But look,
Okay.
I brought these napkins.
Poppet, Poppet is always prepared. This is something I have to
I was
tell.
like, when you just
I'm
pulled
a
out a
mum.
pack of party napkins from your purse.
She's
They're
A
covered
fresh
in
pack.
flowers.
she,
Because it's a party. You think I'm going to bring regular napkins? No, I'm not. I'm
No, of course
going to
not.
bring party napkins.
Because
Poppet would
you.
bring, so just so everyone knows, Poppet would bring crackers for us. Anytime we go out, Poppet will bring napkin. Poppet has everything. Poppet's always prepared. And also the greatest host. Oh, she brought crackers.
Yeah.
Mary's gone crack.
Mary's gone crackers.
Gone crackers.
What else did you bring?
Because I thought these were maybe good crackers for you, but
Gluten-free.
yes.
Oh, they're
absolutely
gluten-free.
gluten-free. They say.
Absolutely gluten-free. They're like especially safe for me.
Yeah.
Poppet, it takes care of everyone and is always prepared and never forgets a detail and is absolutely incredible, which feels very, if we would say particular, is Taurus-like, I would say. Oh, wait, I didn't read the other two. So we said grounded, resolute, tenacious,
Yes, that's true.
for sure, sensual, for sure.
That sounds
Did
like,
you hear that?
that sounds like weird.
Sorry, that sounded really weird. Anyway, I was like,
Well, you've heard stories, I guess.
there are these other, oh, I want to taste it. There are these other
Sorry.
fun little explanations here Quite a reputation for being the most stubborn one of the zodiac, but remember there are fixed signs in each element. Thanks to their, how do you say if it's a Venus influence? Venetian?
Venetian.
No, it's not
Venusian.
Venetian. It's Venetian. Yes.
Venetian?
Just, I don't know this
Venusian.
word.
Venusian.
Taurians.
That works. I like that.
I like it too.
Venusian.
Venusian. We all are learning a new word.
Venusian.
I don't know. Don't trust me. I'm from New Zealand.
I
I'm
like
not saying it right for sure.
All right.
I'm not saying it right.
Their Taurians are actually very chill. They're known for loving luxury and indulgence, being super loyal, 100%, and enjoying art, whether they create it or just appreciate it. True.
Both.
Then it says,
Boom. Sorry.
literal mic drop. Then it says, this is my favorite part. I don't want to say what I'm reading this from. Sound a bit like Ariana Grande, although her sun is in Cancer. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
So I guess she's a Taurus. Anyway,
I don't know enough about her
Yeah, I don't know.
personality.
this is my next favorite thing. It says they tend to adore spa days. This is complicated. And sweets. They're known for taking their time, whether that means having a really long fuse to get fired up. See that? Dragging their feet to take action. I don't see that. Or being lazy. No. When it comes to intimacy.
Did you just call her a pillow princess?
There's nothing wrong. Anyway, we don't have to get into it. Or
Why does it need to be acrobatic?
I don't.
It doesn't need to be. No one's watching.
I mean, it's.
Just get it done.
Is it to prove? Wow.
Yeah.
Is it just to prove something? Is it just like why? What is the acrobat thing?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I like where your head's at, Poppet.
Thank you.
I hear you. I mean, just to get it done, I don't know, but like I like
Well, this
it.
wine is very smoky.
Yeah. So
Oh my.
we decided to go with Northern Rhone. Because it's earthy and grounded. And
I'm sweating. Is anyone
peppery.
else?
It's quite warm.
It's quite warm.
Wait, I didn't read the whole. I'm sorry. I
more?
didn't. No. I didn't embarrass myself, and I feel like I need to. Oh wait, I want to taste this wine first, though.
It's delicious.
The smell. Wow, that's really good. Oh, this is really good.
I love it.
This feels like you. There's like a velvety. Hold on.
It's tight.
Yeah, I feel this should be open for a little longer.
Oh, maybe
but
not. Okay.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
No, there's nothing. It's not flawed or anything. I
I
thought
love
for a
it.
second there might be something off with it, but no.
A little sulfury. Is that like?
Yeah, it needs to blow off a little bit and
Okay.
open up. Like we should come back to this for sure. But
Poppet's glass is
so it's
empty.
100%
Well, I only
Syrah.
had a tiny bit.
Yeah.
I didn't have very much.
You
I
let
had
you
like
calm
3
down.
sips.
Okay.
It's Domaine Fori, Saint Joseph. It is 100% Syrah. They've been around for a while. They in the 70s. Philippe Fori started. They like before that they were just like selling fruit and grapes and stuff like that, and to like local, they're like the little town, and then they kind of expanded to like a larger estate, and now Lionel since 2006 has been running it, and they're awesome. They farm on these like crazy steep slopes, like like you have to use terraces and everything to like have vines work. It's a labor of love to farm in parts of Northern Rhone for sure.
Poppet.
In very small
love it.
supply.
I love that.
Very precious.
Very
yeah.
very
Precious.
precious.
And I love it's like it's giving you the effort you deserve.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
yeah.
That's very sweet.
You know?
What a sweet
It's not
thing to
just
say.
easily this isn't just easily farmed. Poppet deserves a lot of effort and love there.
Super earthy.
Yeah, super earthy. Yeah.
Jesus. A lot of
Yeah.
pepper.
She said well you said smoky.
Smoky and spicy
Yeah.
and peppery.
Yeah.
Spicy.
This,
I love this.
It's also I know
love it
in your episode with Matthew, you guys were like talking about like general wine things and like how to shop for things. The two wines that we just opened are from the same importer, And I think for people who are shopping for wine, sometimes it's good to pay attention to the back of the label too. Like I've been thinking about that a lot lately. Like know your importers, because if you like stuff from Kermit Lynch, like both of these are from Kermit
I
Lynch.
should say K&L.
Well, we do a lot of direct importing, but yeah, I think that's like it's you know
good
like,
to know.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you know if like you're unsure about buying wine, like if you're grocery store shopping and you see like Rosenthal or Kermit Lynch or Wygant or Bone or The Source or, you know, any of these Jenny and Francois or anything like that on the back of the label, you can probably have faith that they've done their due diligence and you're going to get a decent wine. Just to throw that in there. It's a little off topic.
It's a good cheat sheet.
Very helpful.
It's a good cheat sheet. Trust your importers.
Helpful. I love that. I'm going to do my little more extensive read of the Leo. And let's see if it fits. This fixed air sign is ruled by the confident sun, which informs their positive, cheerful, gung-ho vibe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that sound right? All right. Driven and self-assured leaders. They tend to be oriented toward taking action in life, and they're born feeling like they can accomplish their wildest dreams, thanks to a glimmery combo of magnetism, luck, and endlessly believing in themselves.
It almost feels like they have like an opinion about it.
I don't know about endlessly. I'm sorry. Okay. Former President Barack Obama's son and Mercury are in this charismatic fire sign. I'll take that. I like that. Although they might struggle to step out of being self-focused, they can be extremely loyal, devoted, and adore showering their loved ones in playful energy and all of life's finest things. Oh, that's a similar thing. I feel like that is not that far from me.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not as juicy as yours.
No, there's nothing about
Intimacy.
Nothing about pillow princessery.
That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's something good.
You're going to get the juicy stuff with Scorpio. It's like
I
a
can't
thing.
wait. Are we doing? All right, we're going to wait on you.
We're gonna wait.
We're going to you. What did we say? Okay, so we're doing Capricorn, right? Even though
Cap.
you're cuspy.
Cap.
Okay, so Cap. So Pops is January. You're right on it. In fact, when we looked it up, didn't it say like it was like the same?
It's not the
Like
same,
or
but
like
it was like
the last day.
yeah, and then we were like, we shouldn't. What's the other one? Aquarius. Yeah, we're
uh-huh.
like, let's just stick with the Cap.
Okay. So hi Cap.
Hey, what's up? Long-time listener, first-time guest.
First of many time guests. Do you know anything about your sign?
The goat.
Well, that is true.
The
That is
LeBron
true.
James of signs.
You are the
Legit true.
I'm
No, that
the
is
goat.
so true.
Yeah.
You are the goat, Pop.
That's it. That's all
Yeah.
I know. We're goats. I climb mountains.
Yeah, you do. You do pretty crazy things.
I've done some crazy things.
No, but I mean, like we can't talk about the things that you do because they're so crazy. Ready? Key traits. And then what we picked for you, we'll get to. Key traits. Traditional. Down to earth. Industrious. Poppet weighing in.
Yes, I think you're very industrious.
Very industrious. And disciplined.
Yes.
I think that too. Yeah. I get all of this. Should we go to the deeper one? Should we go to the deeper explanation?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing if we're not doing that?
know.
All right. If you want someone who's perpetually motivated to achieve on your team, you're going to want to tap someone whose chart includes the cardinal earth sign Capricorn. People born with Cap. I love calling you Cap. People born with Cap are on a lifelong climb up a series of increasingly steep mountains as they're space.
Trust. Space, all the way to space.
As they're driven to put their noses to the grindstone, succeed, and earn recognition for their diligent, no-nonsense work. In fact, it's for this reason that they have a reputation for being workaholics. But they're also extremely loyal, often exhibit... I don't know what I have going on here. Hang on. We're going to have to...
Gotta
Put
shoot
mine
that
in
or
the
dump
special
it.
one.
Oh, the perfect.
Yeah.
But they're also extremely loyal. As we have 3 loyals on the table, right? Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes
This
sense.
makes sense.
Yes.
Been friends for a long time.
That we don't talk to anyone else but each other. No, I'm
Gonna
kidding.
be friends forever.
Yeah.
It's like
Rest of our lives. I don't know.
But they're
no
also
pressure,
extremely...
but forever. No pressure, but until the day we die and beyond, no pressure.
and beyond, no pressure. The next life.
Next life.
The next life.
One after that.
We're on a roll. Don't stop a good thing.
Okay. I'm not gonna be able to speak. Okay. Extremely loyal. Often exhibit a gut-busting, hilarious, dry sense of humor. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Wow.
And ability to show you exactly what's possible when you commit to a pragmatic, steady, grounded approach. There's still another sentence. And this, yeah. John Legend, perfect example of an industrious double cap.
Wow.
This is a thing. Like, isn't that like, I go to cappuccino, I go to Cap'n, like Cap'n Crunch, Captain, like a little, yeah.
My
Anyway.
friend's dog is named Cappy.
Oh,
Isn't that a cute name for a dog?
That is a
Cappy?
very
It is a
good
good name.
Oh, Cappy.
I feel like this is maybe this is very spot on, I feel like, for you. Like, just, you're so funny. But also, like, so, like, like, you're anything you kind of put your mind to, you...
I should just come on this podcast all the time. Seriously, I mean, like, wow.
Do you feel that relates to you?
I mean, I don't know how to answer that question.
All right.
Hard
I
to
mean,
say
it's so
about yourself.
Yeah,
It's hard to say about
myself.
I get that.
Because, you know, you think about all the shitty things you tell yourself all day, too. I mean, we all do it, right? And we're all like, oh, you didn't do that thing. You failed at that stuff. You're dumb.
You're
The way you said that, you're dumb.
But, like, you know. Like,
Oh, yeah, I got you.
But then you go like, no, like, okay, stop, you know. But whatever.
The other day I was feeling like so down on myself and I was all like bummed out about something and I was just feeling icky and we were supposed to go to a pool party and I said to Jason, I don't think I can swim today. I just don't think I can do it. And Kahi said, Mama, you're a great swimmer. You're so good. You're like, psh, 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 psh. And you're so good. Of course you can swim. And I was like, oh, honey, you're right. Like, and like my heart at the thought that all she thinks I could possibly mean is that I'm nervous about the act of swimming. And she's like, you're such a good swimmer. She really thinks I'm not that good of a swimmer, but sometimes I do laps and she's always like, oh my God. She thinks it's the most amazing thing.
But you were more just like, I can't
Yeah, I was just
think
like,
about
I
getting
don't
in a
feel
pool.
good. I don't want to put
tired.
a bathing suit on in front of a bunch of strangers and do that whole thing and then have to think about what I feel like in front of you know, like just sometimes you're just too tired and you don't have the resources to drag your self-esteem up from the pits of your stomach.
But sweet Kahi.
But I know, and I was like, oh, I love that I have this little person who's like, she's just like, my mom's a great swimmer. And then I was like, I'm going to be really careful about how I already am very careful about how I talk about myself, but even things you say in your head, like, come out, you know. So I'm trying to also talk to myself in a nicer way in my head.
Yeah, because like that
Yeah.
voice is
Yeah.
just like your own self-created parent voice talking to you,
Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
and you're like,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
I'm controlling these thoughts. I could change them.
I know.
Yeah,
I
Stop
know.
saying that.
It is
like,
true.
Just like you're saying it to yourself. Like,
Yeah.
why are you like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, this or that. I don't like this. You're bad at this. You know, all this stuff
Yeah.
we tell each other.
And some days are
To
best.
ourselves.
To ourselves. Yeah. We don't tell each other.
We don't tell each other.
No.
Yeah.
But
Love
yeah, we
each
tell our,
other.
you know, ourselves each other.
It's true. And some days are harder than others. Like some days you can kind of get to the place where you're like, oh, I think I can pull myself out of this. And other days it's like, no, I'm just going to, today's going to suck.
Yeah.
Today's a shitty day.
Yeah.
It's going to be shitty.
So that's
I'm not
everyone's
gonna be able
homework who's listening to this show right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Think of
Be
thing
nicer
you're
to
telling yourself
ourselves.
and tell yourself the
Yeah.
opposite thing.
Because you are in control. You are the one.
You're the one telling
yeah,
yourself that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And imagine little 4-year-old you listening to how you
Exactly.
talk about yourself.
You are a good
Say
swimmer.
the things that you're saying to little 4-year-old you.
Yeah.
Because my little 4-year-old's little open face looking at me and being
Oh,
like,
Poppet.
Mama?
Poppet.
I was like, I don't want her to think about that. you know?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. Kahi being a sunshine.
Oh, here
What's
we go.
Kahi's sign? Did we talk about this? Are we
Um,
crying already?
Well, Pops and I are crying.
Yeah.
Throwing you under the bus too. Well, he's crying, so I'm crying. Kahi is a Sagittarius.
All right.
And the other day I was like, I just was thinking about my mother and Kahi both being Sagittarians and how that's such an interesting thing.
Different.
Whoa.
Different. And then I was like, I wonder who else I know is like a Sagittarius. And I know people's birthdays, but I never know anyone's signs. And then I looked and it's like my Nana, my granddad, Mary Simpson,
Really?
Rhonda,
Whoa.
Sarah Paulson.
Whoa.
Like there's so many like very, very important people to me. I think Jimmy's dad as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's so many very important Sagittarians in my life.
Oh,
And I was like, I never thought of all these people as being Sagittarius.
it's interesting.
Sally?
Stop it.
I know.
Literally, that's like everyone around you.
It's
and like
crazy.
Yeah.
very.
It's like my most important women.
and a lot of women. I was just about to say
In
that's
my
like all
life.
women. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. And Kahi.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I know.
I love that.
Smush.
I feel like I'm that with like Aries. I have a lot of Aries in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I have my mom, my ex-boyfriend, my other ex-boyfriend, my ex-husband. How many more?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
My ex-friend. But yeah, all Aries. How crazy. Yeah.
My partner's an Aries,
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
but like very like a non-Aries Aries.
Mm-hmm.
Like Aries are supposed to be like fiery and like brash and things like
Yeah,
that. And like
yeah.
Charlie is like very, very shy and like quiet and like, you know, oh, don't talk about me on the podcast kind of
Too
person.
late. Sorry, Charlie. Gives that whole new.
Charlie.
Sorry, Charlie.
The jig is up. We're on the show.
Oh, that's so funny. This is great. We're accomplishing a lot, and I love it.
Yeah, it was very productive.
So productive, and we're also learning a lot. So Charlie's an Aries, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
But wait, aren't we supposed to be talking about
your wine,
not my wine?
the wine we picked for
Sean's
Capricorn.
wine.
We're literally just
I tried
drinking
to-
it.
So the
Or-
wine we
yeah.
chose for Capricorn was Bordeaux because it's traditional, it's structured, there's meticulous attention to detail. Like, you know, there's wasn't regimented one of the industrious.
Industrious.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, industrious, like, you know, the you know, you can only use XYZ grapes in Bordeaux, and there's a long standing tradition of these amazing chateaus and houses. So we picked, this is a really cool wine. It's the second label for Léoville Barton, which is like a big deal Bordeaux producer. So this is La Reserve de Léoville Barton, 2016 from Saint Julien. I think it's 80% Cab and 16 Merlot, 4 Cab Franc, and it's super good. And 2016 is an amazing vintage.
Yeah.
It's great.
Do you approve of this choice for you?
I do. I'm more of a white wine drinker, just when I pick wine, but
What would you pick for your sign? Cap.
ooh. Well, like
White.
self pick white wine? White wine?
Yeah, because you weren't there for the
For the thing.
selection.
Yeah. Well, I would probably pick something from like Liguria in Italy. Something a little like salty, like that's just because I kind of went there right now.
Like a Lumicina or a Pagato.
Pagato, I was thinking
Yeah.
Pagato, yeah. Or
Hell
like
yeah.
a Vermentino, but yeah. Or like a Verdicchio. Something with a little more structure though than like a Pagato, but yeah. Like a little fuller, but still with that salinity.
I love that.
And that like that the salinity, you know, the salt of the earth, but of the sea too, you know.
The sea is part of the earth,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. It is part of the earth.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's most of the earth.
It's actually most, yeah.
Speaking of full moons and water and tides.
Oh, God.
Hey,
And we're mostly water as people.
I mean, like so much of us.
Earth.
Earth, man.
right?
Earth.
This wine is really good.
Earth guys, you know.
Earth, you guys. This is great. Everything is so good. All right, we're gonna move on
Delicious.
to
Good
Scorpio.
choice. Good job.
Zaitouna.
Hi.
It's your time. So are you ready, Scorpio?
Yeah,
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I am. Talk to me.
Are you ready for this?
Okay, good. All right, ready? Key traits. Mysterious. First off, the sign. What's the sign?
I believe it is a scorpion.
Correct. You got that correct. Yay. Okay, ready?
Ruled by Pluto. The planet is Pluto.
And
Neptune? No. Pluto. Hades. The demon. Something like that. It's demonic. That's all I know.
Pluto and Mars.
Oh, I didn't know the Mars part.
Yeah.
I thought that was Aries.
I don't know. It says Pluto and Mars. This
Well, those
one
are
I'm
both
reading.
bad news planets. So.
Those are. What do you mean? Those are bad news
cold,
planets.
lifeless, just, you know.
What planet other than Earth do we know so far is life full?
Venus might have, you know, a lot of stuff going on there. There's volcanoes and
Really?
things. I'm just
Venus has a
guessing.
lot of stuff
Okay.
Venus has got stuff on it.
Venus
has
Some
a
of those
lot
Jupiter
going on.
moons.
Guessing? Oh, is this
No,
good?
I used to want to be an astronaut when I was a kid.
You went to space
Oh.
camp.
I went to
Yeah,
space
space
camp.
camp.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about
Yeah.
this. That's
Yeah.
great.
I went to space
Okay,
camp.
so Venus has a lot going on. Okay,
The-
great.
The
I'm
moons on
sorry.
Jupiter,
I
the
take-
Jupiter moons, like
Yeah.
Europa,
Yeah.
and Titan, Io. Like, there's things going on there.
Yeah.
I love that
there's a
you're
lot.
like, I don't really know a lot about.
Okay, I'm the kind of person that
Io.
knows like a little bit about everything,
Uh-huh.
but like if you get me into details, when I'll get in trouble, and the imposter syndrome really comes out, and I'm like, I'm a complete fraud, and I don't know anything about anything. So
Oh, yeah, that's me. And every single time I record one of these podcasts,
Turning that voice off, though. We already made the.
we are
I
turning it
know.
off.
Tune number voice.
I
the
think
text
imposter
one,
syndrome is probably my worst one.
It's rough.
Probably my worst one. Yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's a bad one.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
So mysterious.
Here we go. Mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
Magnetic. Yes.
Yeah,
Power seeking.
definitely.
Spiritual.
Yeah, in a way that I'm like always yearning for the spiritual, even though I don't think I've found it. It's
Okay.
like I've dabbled in many, everything from, trying to convert to Judaism when I was a teenager to like crystals.
So you're like
I married a Jew, so there we go.
Okay. So you're spiritually curious. Are you
I
further
like
along?
I'm like how I'm like Mulder from X-Files. Like I
Yeah.
want to believe.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm at. Like
Got
I
it.
want to believe.
Okay.
Maybe I'm more like Scully.
For the deeper,
I want
and then
the
we're
deep.
going into the wine.
Go deep.
I'm going deep. The fixed water sign is known for being one of, if not the, it's in italics, most private sign of the zodiac.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm intensely secretive.
Please drink more so we can. That was a great reaction from both of you. All right, co-ruled by transformative Pluto and go-getter Mars, they're able to command people's attention with their intense, powerful presence and air of mystery. They're also very much in touch with their spirituality and sexuality, but they hold their cards close to their chest. All right? Even after being in a relationship, you were right. This one was going to get a little deeper. After being in a relationship, platonic, romantic, or business related, with a Scorpio for years, you might not know the whole story behind their emotional wounds and at times rough around the edges tone. But once they're in any kind of emotional entanglement, the resolute, razor-focused sign is in it.
Yeah, that's really true. And my partner can attest to that part of it, how like I was very like, not hard to get, but I was a bit of a philanderer maybe.
Oh,
in the beginning of the relationship.
Okay.
And I have a past. And I
Who doesn't have a
know.
past?
yeah.
I just mentioned how many exes in a...
I mean that's like last week for me, but you
Okay,
know.
got it. Yes.
I'm but yeah, my partner like it took a while, but then like now that's like once you're like okay, like I accept that this person, and like then it's like I sink my claws in, and like I love my partner with like the intensity of like 1,000 suns, and it's like more than I think they can even handle sometimes. And I'm always like what's it like to be loved by me, because it must be so intense. And they're like, yeah, it's extremely intense. So
That sounds really nice, though. Like intense love. I don't know. That sounds nice.
yeah, but it's like it took a
intense
long
love.
time for me to get to that place. But like once I got to that place, but I still have my secrets.
Sure. All right. That sounds very honestly Scorpion like when you were like, and then I
Yeah,
No,
my
put the
claws
claws
in.
in.
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that. So tell us about this wine you paired with your
So I
sign.
found this. This was purchased from a private collection, but I got it at a really reasonable price. So this is a 2005 Burgundy. It's Domaine Chevillion Chazot. It is a Nuit Saint Georges Premier Cru from Le Porret vineyard. Is very special. Chevillion Chazot has been around since like the late 1800s. They have 6 Premier Cru sites in the Nuit Saint Georges area. No Grand Crus. 2005 is an exceptional vintage. So this is some good stuff.
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
juice.
And this is you felt Scorpio.
Yeah, Burgundy's mysterious. It's powerful.
Right.
It's fickle.
Right.
It's like, it takes a lot to understand it. It's full of secrets. It's, like it was invented by monks, who like decided what terroir was and, jealously guarded their like little parcels and all this stuff like that. So I think it kind of makes sense. Also, like, maybe I'm a little self-involved and my favorite thing is Burgundy. So I chose Burgundy, but
Great.
I might have put my thumb on the scale, but
I love that you did that. I love that you did that.
Yeah.
super mushroomy.
Yeah.
Very much.
Oh, yeah.
It's so silky.
Yeah.
So silky.
silky.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really pretty.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
I know.
Who else am I
Really?
gonna-
So
Charlie.
sweet.
So
Yeah.
special.
Well, Charlie doesn't drink. I'm not going to drink a whole bottle myself, and this was like a fun thing, so I
Charlie
figured why
was
not?
like, don't mention me, and Charlie's
I
just
know, we're
getting
learning
blown
Charlie's
up.
just getting
that's
blown
fine.
up. Hi, Charlie.
Hello, Charlie.
Let's call this episode Charlie time.
Charlie time.
Charlie time.
They would
Yeah.
never forgive me if I did that. That would be like Divorce City.
Aw, no. We have a lot of other signs that we're just gonna blow through because we're doing wine for the signs, but like we had to do this because the
Wine for the sign.
I know, but I
for
also
the
like
sign.
Just rapid fire them.
okay, let's rapid
Go,
fire
go.
them. Ready?
Yeah.
I think it's so fun for everybody to hear a pick
Their
for their
sign.
particular
Oh,
sign.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we ready? So we're gonna go with Charlie's sign,
Aries.
Aries. Ready? Key traits: competitive, energetic, impulsive, fearless.
Rioja.
Love.
Yeah.
Love that.
Also, because like this is leaving that off, but Aries are supposed to be like bold and spicy and stuff.
Yeah.
And Riojas are bold and spicy, and
I love that.
I also feel like Rioja's always trying to like fight its way into being more relevant in like the wine community. Like people are always really gunning to be like, "Well, have you had a Rioja lately?" And I'm like, "I've had Rioja, thank you."
I'm a grand conservative. Whatever it is.
Okay. This is good. That's great. Did you hear that, Aries? Rioja. That's the wine for your sign. Ready? Next. What have I done?
Ready. Okay. Next.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Next.
This is sorry. We're missing with the rapid fire, bullet fire.
I know.
Slowing me down.
Drink my wine.
And this was
be quiet.
no, but that's okay. What was I doing? I was being silly. I'm tipsy. So I'm like,
No, next.
ready? Okay, next. Ready? Gemini. Okay. Symbol of twins. You know that. Key traits: witty, curious, charming, flighty.
I'd say like a Gruner.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like Gruners are like, they're fun. Like they definitely have like a charm to them. They're not like the most serious wines all the time. They can be like, which is like the dual nature, I think, of Geminis. And like, like they're charming and they're winning and they're fun. They're spritzy and they're just like, like a Gruner, like on a hot day kind of thing, which
I
sounds
like
actually
that.
really nice right now.
It does because it's not cool in here.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're so good at this.
Yeah, you're really
So fun.
Yeah, so good at this. All right,
Thank
ready?
you.
We're gonna keep moving. So wait, did
do
you
it.
hear that? Gemini's Gruner. That's your wine for your sign.
But like a good Gruner.
Yeah.
Like by like, like Rudy Piekler or something like that.
By Rudy Piekler.
Yeah, something like that.
I like that. This is good because what I like about this, honestly, is like even if the sign itself, like, but if you have friends that are like, this is a great gift idea. I feel like here's a wine for your sign.
Yeah.
That's a good-
That's a good idea.
Zaitouna said so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love this.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna blow it up.
Let's do it.
Yeah. All right, Cancer. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Compassionate, giving, sentimental, nurturing.
It's like a warm hug of a wine. So like buttery, creamy California Chardonnay. Like, you know, not like rum bower or anything like that, but like,
California.
no,
right?
that's a Burgundy. And I'm pretty sure that bottle's flawed.
I know. I know. Well, you said the moon
The moon
it
messed
up.
the bottle up. Yeah,
want
like,
some-
you know,
I
but
want
there
some of
are,
that.
there is the one we have in the fridge that is probably not cold. And I think we totally forgot about, but
Oh, we did.
the Ernest Chardonnay from Sonoma Coast is really nice. And that's like a nice little hug in a glass, you know?
Oh, I love this about cancers too, because I feel like most of the cancers I know are very like that, like they're very kind of warm,
Yeah.
and not. I don't know if like quiet, but just like I don't know, very present, warm people. The
Yeah.
cancers that I know, and I love Chardonnay. I want to drink Chardonnay.
It's very good.
Can we drink
I know. Can we
Chardonnay?
drink some
Can we
We can
try and see
take
if
it.
that's
Yeah,
gone
you try
bad?
it.
Try it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. We're still going to keep moving. Leo, we've done. Virgo. I want to know about the Virgos. All right. Health conscious.
Orange wine.
Didn't even wait.
There are three more details.
Go on,
No,
but I'm
it's
sure it's orange
right,
wine.
Analytical, service-oriented, detail-focused.
Yeah, just some sort of natural wine. Virgos just strike me as like hippies or something. And they just want like some skin contact, low sulfur, you know, hippie voodoo wine, like, which is fine. Okay, what's after Virgo?
Okay.
Hold on. We didn't even get into it. We didn't get to the other ones, did we?
Oh, God,
Analytical.
sorry.
Thanks, Poppet. Service-oriented, detail-focused. Libra. Romantic, artistic, and decisive, diplomatic.
I feel like Libras can't decide what they want to be, so it's like a rosé.
Sorry.
Like I would say, like, but like a good rosé, like a Bandol or something. You know, we're not gonna just like a, like cheapy.
Not just any rosé.
Like a
Cool
sommelier
rosé.
rosé, or is it like a dedicated rosé?
I would say like it's like Domaine Tempier. Like it's like a good
Ooh.
Bandol.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice rosé.
That's
It's a nice rosé.
That's a nice rosé.
But
you-
it, like you can age it. So like, what is this wine? Yeah.
It's my favorite.
By the way, I think this is yummy.
I think it's fine,
love
actually.
it. I
It doesn't
really
taste.
love it.
I think it's the moon's effect on it, but
The moon had like a lot of effects on these wines
Oops.
for me.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah,
God.
like honestly, the champagne to me felt like super like thin at first.
Yeah, it was
And I was
weird.
like, what? But it smelled there. But then I don't know. And I'm just.
I'm telling you, the moon.
The moon
I had
is
the
like.
same experience
Yeah.
I did too, kind
where I
of.
was like, oh, this smells great. And then I was like,
Oh, it felt
weird.
almost like
And then I had
astringent or
a sip
something.
when it had warmed up and it was delicious.
Yeah. It's just like the moon's like.
The moon's messing
Moons,
with us
moons,
tonight. I
guys.
love
Moons,
this, though.
guys.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Go through it.
We gotta
Rapid
get through
fire.
that. We gotta get through the podcast.
Rapid
People
fire.
don't give a
We're doing
shit
so
about
good
what
at
we're talking
Libra's rosé is your wine. Did you hear that? Because you're indecisive and you can't decide what you want to be. Okay, great. Sagittarius.
about. Next.
Sagittarius, all my women of my whole life.
Your whole life. Oh my God, and Kahi. Okay, ready? Philosophical, free spirited. This fits. Unfiltered, wanderlusting. Oh.
I would say like a GG Riesling, like
Oh.
something, like really like high quality, high acid, classy, but like sort of misunderstood sometimes. And, people like are not like always appreciative of like good Riesling, and they should be, because Riesling is amazing. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the Riesling, I forgot to chill.
Yeah. The Wittmann GG Riesling.
This is very sweet, though. I like this for the Sagittarius. Did you hear that? Riesling for you.
But
Right.
like specifically like a GG Riesling.
Specifically a GG.
I'm gonna make it really
Look-
difficult
look
for
into
people. Yeah.
This is good. Yeah, look it up.
Because I didn't know what that was until
I don't know what
Zaitouna
that is
explained to us
either.
the other day.
Grosses Gewachs.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
explained this the other day.
Good
right?
growths.
Okay, I like this.
Yeah.
All right, we have two left, guys. Ready? Aquarius, humanitarian, eccentric, individualistic, cool. Cool.
Cool.
My husband's an Aquarius.
Wait, humanitarian?
Yep.
Matt Kaner and Dustin are both Aquarius.
Really?
Wow, that's interesting.
Eccentric, individualistic,
Sure. Yes, absolutely.
cool.
No.
Cool. yes. No.
Her love
feel
me so
like
much.
Jason, I'm so sorry.
I feel like it's like a Rhone
cool.
blend, but from California. Like, you know,
Okay, yeah.
like, you know, like it's definitely like quirky and eccentric, or not even necessarily a Rhone blend, but like people who grow atypical varietals in California, like people who grow Sangiovese and Paso Robles and stuff like that. You know, it's eccentric, it's cool, it's like cutting edge and hip, it's definitely different, and you know, like Stoltman does that, like they do Sangiovese and things like that, which I think
Okay.
is like very out there.
I like
And they
that.
are very cool. They literally say like "so fresh" on the back of their bottles.
Wait, all right. So is that the pick? That's the pick for Aquarius.
Yeah, I probably said something different the other day,
I
but
don't
this is
know.
just what I'm vibing with right now.
I like it.
I'm riding the vibes.
Yeah. Well, the moon is present.
It's really having an influence
yeah.
right now.
So
On
this
all
is
of
good.
the vibes.
all of the vibes, every vibe. Yeah. All right, ready? Pisces. Empathetic, artistic, psychic, dreamy.
That's tough. So I'm like, this white burgundy was creamy and dreamy. Like,
So cute.
like, yeah, it's totally dreamy and it's sophisticated and elegant. And I think that makes sense. I think that tracks.
Okay.
Like from like La Fawn or someone like really good.
I love that.
White Burgundy is my favorite wine
It's very
in
good.
all the world.
You came to my white burgundy tasting.
I sure did. I
My favorite
texted the Poppets about it.
Same pop.
And I said, alarm, alert.
Oh my God, she was
White
like,
Burgundy tasting.
That was a good
I bought
tasting.
tickets.
Yeah.
It's happening. You were so like, yeah. I think I
Jason
saw
was
it.
like, you have to go. You must go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Did we do? Isn't the champagne tasting this week?
Yeah.
I think
I
it was,
know. Was it already? Did it
tomorrow.
already happen?
no, it's Friday. Sorry.
Friday or
What is
Saturday.
today? Before we wrap this whole thing up, I have to know because this is called me time. Zaitouna, do you have anything? What does me time mean to you? How do you spend your me time?
I don't necessarily have the healthiest relationship with me time.
tell.
You can tell.
Do tell. I said.
I'm like, Jesus.
You're like, wow. Is this what you do to your chest?
I try. I
Smoking my clothes.
She gets real mean. She has half a glass of a questionable white burgundy. She gets real mean. Wait.
I try to do some positive things, like there's a foot massage place I go to in East Hollywood that I've been going to for years, and it's like super cheap and amazing foot massages.
I need that info, but go on.
And it's
Yeah.
called Sunny Foot Massage,
Okay.
and it's like $30 for an hour. That's amazing.
Oh my God.
And they soak your feet and everything. It's really phenomenal. I've been going there for years, but then I have like other like things I do. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the show that I have like a problem with my attachment to my phone. So there's like two things I do. Like sometimes Charlie is a baker and goes to bed very early and wakes up very early. But sometimes I try to like sneak into the bedroom before, so I don't have to deal with like shutting the house down, like turning the lights off and all the responsible things. Cause like, I'm just like, I don't want to do it. And whoever's last in the living room is the one who has to do it.
100%. Always. It's always
So
that
sometimes
person.
I'm like, all right, I gotta go to bed. Bye.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and they're like, no.
What is that? Is that like a universal rule of like whoever is like whoever gets into the bedroom
it's like
first
calling
is like
dibs.
scot free on
It's like calling dibs.
shotgun in the car
Exactly.
like 100%.
We
Okay.
do all the jobs together.
What?
We do all the jobs together, and we say, "Do you want to do jobs before we watch a show, or do you want to do jobs after show?"
Jobs.
Oh.
I love the jobs before the show because I get a little sleepy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
It's
do
more
it when I'm
fun to
like
have
half
the jobs
asleep.
done.
Yeah.
Sometimes we try to do jobs like early in the night.
Calling them
Oh my
I'm gonna
God.
start calling them
You're gonna do
jobs.
it
But like they're a little bit. It's like those
Yeah.
last things of the night that you're like, right. I still
Turn
have
the
to
light off, turn the TV
close
off,
the curtain.
close
Yeah.
the curtains.
Yeah.
But taking the
Yeah.
rubber shower and making the coffee for tomorrow because
Yeah.
you need to wake up in the morning and the coffee's already made.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great. Oh, what a treat.
I make it,
The night before?
Oh yeah, I set everything out.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have an
Everything's
espresso.
Oh my God.
Mine's like a
Ready.
pod,
I
so
can't
it's
do anything
easy.
in the morning. I have to just be like,
I am
have to
not.
be able
I
to go
can't
to
do
the
morning
coffee pot
either.
And there it is.
Oh, that's so
Pot
nice.
of coffee, like in a diner.
Does it like?
when I'm warm
I'm interrupting.
That's right.
like in a diner.
An image of Melanie working in a diner is really cute.
I did it one time.
Anyway, when I go into the bedroom,
Yes.
when I have my limited alone time, I have like this thing where I like really love watching reaction videos on YouTube
Yes,
of like
tell me.
people like listening to like Fleetwood Mac for the first time in their lives and like having their minds blown by like watching Silver Springs and stuff like that. And it's like it's really it's like a thing I really love. I don't know. It's like I love watching something new through someone's eyes for the first time because it's like I'm the kind of person who will like listen to the same song like 50,000 times in a row, and that's like all I'll listen to. Like literally all I listened to this week is Hotel California, and I don't know why, but
Wait, really?
yeah,
Just like out of nowhere, you were like, I'm in the mood for Hotel California.
it just happens. Yeah,
Love that.
Then I'll just get like really stuck in a loop with it, and it
Yeah.
ends, and I just push back, and it just keeps going and going and going. I get really obsessive with like music like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I deconstruct it and stuff like that. But anyway, that's not the point of the story. I do read like books. I've been currently reading the Anne Rice.
I love the pivot.
I'm currently reading the.
I do read.
Books.
I read books.
I don't just read Reddit.
I currently am reading the Anne Rice Vampire Chronicles books,
yeah.
which is lovely.
Yeah.
I'd actually never read them before, and I watch a ton of TV, and you know.
I have
So
so
many
many
questions,
questions.
like,
Oh. Well, this is just part one.
This is so good.
Literally part one. I love this episode. This is my favorite episode so far.
This has been a lot of fun.
I love this one. Did everyone get the wine for their sign? Because that's what it was about.
This was work.
But now
This was hard
we're
work.
talking about a lot of things, and they're important.
We do need to talk about a lot of things.
We do need to talk about a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And wine, I feel like does sometimes help.
Lubricate the conversation.
Good word. You know what? Great word.
I am supposedly like the sex obsessed sign, so
Oh, right.
it
great.
tracks.
I mean, I wasn't going to that, but now I am, and I like it even more.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that our me time?
Well,
and
cheers.
we're gonna cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Thank you
I
all
have a
so much
Thank you.
for listening.
Wait,
This is for the sound.
Sorry.
Oh, here we go. It's for the sound.
Happy birthday to you.
I hope everyone took something nice away from this episode that's going to be broken up into 4 parts because